And I'm live once again today on a Saturday afternoon. Yes, welcome, welcome. My name is Jen. You're catching me live from Singapore. And for those who are catching me for the first time, I'm a mom to two teenage boys, a full-time working mom in the education industry, and also a digital business owner. Now, for those who have following me for a couple of days, the last couple of days, today is my day 6 of my 7-day Go Live series. And today, as I shared previously, is the day where I'm going to share about my transformation during this journey. Right. So, I always like to share that this business is really like a life changing opportunity for many of us, thousands of people all over the globe. And it is not just about money, but also there's a lot of non-monetary type of transformations that we see in ourselves. Um, and most of you may have heard from me what sort of transformation that I came across. So you may be wondering, wow, is that real? I mean, is that like a bit of even boasting? How can that be? Well, that's truly from my heart. But today is going to be a different type of sharing about my transformation. Today I is really today I'm really very excited to have this person. You see, I'm fumbling a bit because this very very special guest I have with me today, my VVIP. What's more important, or rather exciting and nervous, I would say, to hear from this person who have actually witnessed my whole journey from day one till now. So I really thank firstly this person for taking time to come on my page, to share with everybody my transformation. So without further ado, let's rock and roll. Okay. And hi once again. This is my VVIP, Jasmine. And Jasmine is our one. Is really not one. Is our our what is that? Very successful leader. You see, I'm so fumbling. I'm just normal human being. Having her with me is such an honor because she takes her precious time to grace my page today and share my transformation. Yeah, she's our coach. Once again, our coach, the lady who built a very strong team in Singapore and many other places, and other countries as well. So, Jasmine is the one who introduced me to this business. I think more than 1.5 years ago, almost about that. And when I asked her about this business at that point of time, when she was my ex-colleague, she only asked me to register on her webpage and go and watch the zero cost webinar myself. So since then, I have not regretted, I have not looked back. And again, I have taken your airtime, Jasmine. Once to you. Maybe you'd like to introduce to my audience? Well,
Yes. Thanks, Jen, for having me. Yeah, so I don't think that I need to do much self introductions because Jen had introduced myself pretty well just now. Yeah. But just to start my uh sharing, yes. Yes, like what Jen said that we are actually personal friends. We know each other during a course, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, yes,
yes.
for our a course to for further advancement in our industry, our education industry. Yes, and so when Jen invited me for this series, I told Jen that I will make it happen for you. Reason being because I feel that I am the best person to talk about her transformation. That we know,
Absolutely.
yeah, we know each other as a classmate. We develop our friendship, and then eventually we become a business partner. Yes. Um, let's share a bit. So on transformations. For me, transformations is a transitions of a personal values and perspective in all aspect of a, an individual's life. And I I'm honored to witness this transitions in Jen in this journey and to today her transformations. Where should I start now? Mm, Start from what I believe to be a successful entrepreneur. Yes, so I know that Jen will be successful because of the because I know her character. She's a lady with a very strong will. When she decided on something, she will make it happen. Yes. However, that was when we were in the industry, in the education industry, and I know that being because I when I introduced this business to Jen, I'm already in this online business for I think 1.5 year, if I don't remember wrongly. So when Jen came to me, right, um, I know her characters will make her successful in this business if she want to. However, there's also another aspect to be successful in this entrepreneurship is that you must really see yourself and really mm, be an entrepreneur, um, to hold that kind of belief that what an entrepreneur should have is like um, we must embrace the whole journey, including both failure and success. Yes, and I this is something that even though I'm a coach to her, I can only be with her when she is feeling down, but she herself must be the one to overcome the downside of this, and when she experienced the downside of this business. Yes, and this is and I really witnessed the whole transitions. She has her expectations in this business like any mentee that I have, and I know. And because of me knowing her character, I also anticipated that um she will beat herself up very hard when there's a failure. Yeah. This is something that I'm worried, yet I also know that it's a journey that she has to travel. Yeah. So, and knowing her, she will always tell me, I'm fine. I don't feel good, but I know that I'll be okay. Yes. Yeah, she like to say that to me. And I know she will be okay, but every okay from from experiencing the emotions to really feeling okay is a journey. And for her is in the beginning it took a longer time to feel okay to really overcome it to now. I really believe when she told me that she's okay. To me, that's the biggest transformations for Jen, because as an entrepreneur, in order to be successful and in order to stay focused in the path that we travel, we must bounce back really fast. Yes, we must really bounce back very fast. And the from my because I'm in this business coming to 3 years, and I see a lot of up and down that everyone travel in this journey. And I know the one that will be really successful is the one that bounce back very fast, learn from the business, the mistake that they make, and then they improve from it, and then they come back again. Because if they are too involved in their own emotions of feeling the failure, then it will take a longer time. Yes, I went through that stage. Jen did. I'm glad to say that Jen has already transformed out of that. So her transformation is that she bounced back really fast nowadays. Yes,
Thank you,
and
thank you, thank you. Yeah.
you know where I'm coming from, right?
Yes, yes, yes. I absolutely know where you're coming from because, I mean, knowing me, I'm someone who, like you say, hold high standards, right? Even for myself, set high expectations. So I guess, really, yeah, I just probably worried that I cannot take the blow, right? So I totally agree with that. Like, everyone have expectations of this business coming, and I remember Jasmine telling me when I just started is that this business is a marathon, right? uh,
Yes.
enjoy the journey and then go slow and steady, not just chong and then get punctured all along the way.
Yes.
So I always remember that, and we do also know that entrepreneurship um, is a journey. It consists of both success and failures. But we must see failures and an opportunity to improve ourselves. So don't give up. I mean, if we give up, then so-called all the failures, right? Sometimes I don't even want to call it failures. It's an experience. If you have not experienced that, you will never know what's next for you, right?
Yes.
So it's always the case. So it's like, I mean, I really appreciate that. It's just at a point of time, especially being new, sometimes um, it's difficult to stomach those type of failures,
Yes.
right?
It's not
And
easy. It's never easy.
and then the emotions, then but I guess along the way, we learn, we try to manage the expectations, our own expectations. And I feel that being grounded is really important. And I can't help but, really want to take this opportunity to appreciate so many people around me, especially people like Jasmine, my coach, my mentor, and so many other people within the community. We are here for each other,
Yes.
and everyone will walk the, I would say, similar journey, and you are never alone. Yes, a lot of people will say entrepreneurship is a lonely journey, but not in this online business. Not
Yes.
definitely not, right? So,
Correct.
um, so it is really something that I really, speechless and very thankful for this amazing community.
Yes. Like what I always shared, right? It's like in our community, everyone who are successful, they are using the same training. They are tapping on the same proven system. So the only factors that determine whether you can be as successful as them or you will be where you are is that still pondering why you are not as successful as them is really mindset, and is yeah, to me it's really um our own mindset, and
Right,
also how we choose to be um, in this entrepreneurship journey. If
yeah,
is you want to hold a victim mindset, that you want to blame um, anybody else except yourself on your own success, or you choose to own it and then raise from where you are, and when raise to another level
yes, yeah.
in this journey.
Yeah,
Yes.
totally agree, and I also remember a lot of people, of course, first one is Jasmine always tells me, enjoy the journey. And and really, when you enjoy the journey, you don't see this business like a business. You do this as something you enjoy, yet building this business, helping others, helping yourself as well. So sometimes you may wondering, what's the great deal about like helping yourself? I already know myself well and all those stuff, but I can truly tell you this business has helped so many people to discover themselves even deeper.
Yes.
There are thousands and one things that you think you already know, or you don't think that you ever do, but I can assure you, you will do it the moment you um, sort of like make up your mind that you're going to do it. So
Yes.
we just talk a bit about walking out of the comfort zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have always shared that uh, I pride myself as someone who, dare to walk out of a comfort zone, and
Yeah,
just
definitely.
so can
Going
you
doing
share
go live
any?
is one.
Yes, coming to this platform is really one, because you remember when I just started, or even before started, I shared with Jasmine, hey Jasmine, I tell you, I'm not social media savvy. In fact, the word I used was I was social media shy. and I don't like to post things. I don't engage whatsoever on the social media. And I've got, lots of excuses for not being on social media. So her reply to me was that, well, then you have to decide for yourself. Are you willing to try something new to change a better life, or you can just get stuck on this point? It's up to you,
Yes,
So,
yes. I
can you
remember
share a
that.
little bit more? What else have you observed in terms of me coming out of this comfort zone?
What else is that? Um, you really start to, I think, especially this in 2022. Yes, the biggest transformation from you is I really feel that you start to enjoy this journey. Yeah, is to me is a because knowing you personally, for you to really enjoy this business, it speak a lot to me. It's because that also show that you start to enjoy your life. I
Yes.
see this business as part of my life.
Yeah.
And to me is until you get it, you can't enjoy this business. And I always tell people you want to you because I think I know it's very difficult for some mentee to understand me is that when they come to me I say just enjoy the journey. Okay, you'll be fine. First, you must really enjoy the journey. It's just like, everybody will find that life is tough, but not until you love the life that you have,
Oh,
you will
yes.
not, you will not appreciate what what you already own. Same
Yeah.
for the business. Until you really enjoy doing this business, that's when your creativity start to flow in because yes, because you already know that you'll be successful. It's when. So
Yeah.
before you claim that, just enjoy it and you'll be surprised when you are enjoying the journey, you start to become very creative. And
Yeah.
this is what I see in you this year. She will just come to me, what do you think of this? I say, wow. Then in my house, I say, I never expect you to come up with this idea. Yeah, fantastic. So yeah, so it's like, it's like she just start to smile real. I mean, you smile always, but it's like I can feel that you really enjoy every part of this journey now, and to the extent that how should I put it is a bit abstract. Abstract is that I feel that you already letting go of the your the high expectation that you hold when you started this business.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 absolutely, and thanks for sharing that, because I guess success to many different people comes in different definitions. And it's all in a mindset, how you define. In fact, I just want to share that anyone who actually in fact come into this business, you already have the first step of success to me. Because success to me, it means that we are already um, being taking steps to improve ourselves, a better version of ourselves than yesterday. So every little decisions that we do is moving towards the direction. So if you already have taken steps, first step, second step, third step to do that, there's already a lot of success. That's why we keep saying it, celebrating small little wins, right?
Yeah.
So in fact, for me, I feel that which I've shared with you before, Jasmine, is I honestly I feel I already very very successful, because the type of rewards that I'm getting, and we are not just talking about monetary rewards, right? Because
Yeah.
everyone comes in for monetary rewards. So this is like something that I'm going to park aside, because money is here. It is the non-monetary rewards that I want to share, because it is not something that money can buy. You cannot buy something like how to discover yourself. You can buy thousands of dollars of courses for self-motivation course. It's just all in theory, in books. But
Mm,
how are you going to put it in practice? Correct? And in
yes.
order to put in practice, you need people around you are practicing the same thing, right? So
Agree.
if you are not with this type of like-mindedness people and this type of energy we call, it's not going to give you the opportunity to practice. So maybe in layman terms, we say, for example, now if I want to learn French, right? I go to a French class, I learn French, but the people around me doesn't speak French. So that is very difficult for me to practice it. So similarly, it's the same thing over here. And the type of self-growth is not something money you can buy. And I also want to say, right, the personal growth, the self-growth, it doesn't just only transform oneself. To me, is other than transforming myself, it also creates a ripple effect outside me, people around me, my children, my family, my friends, because they can see the positive changes, they can feel the positive vibe. So, it actually helps many other people out there. So, yeah, so this is something that is, I find a huge transformation in me. Sorry, I can't help but just share. Because I find this is something so valuable, right, that money can't buy, right? Yeah.
Yes. I
So,
think
so I
this is great. This is great. Yeah. So
right.
it's like for us is that we progress from talking about business to now we are talking about our own um other practice in life. Yes.
Yes, yes,
To make
yes.
ourselves a better person.
Oh, absolutely. So I really want to thank Jasmine to coming here. Taking your precious time once again to share about my journey. And I just want to end off this session by just a few things. Firstly, do not allow others to define your worth. We really need to find our own worth. Uh, and a lot of times since young, sometimes we are being built into subconsciously that we can only do as such. We can only limit ourselves to this. This is only our sandbox. But actually, our sandbox can be much bigger. So, but firstly, you need to believe in yourself, and we internally we have a huge untapped potential that until you try, you will never know, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So with that, thank you everyone for tuning in on a Saturday afternoon or watching our replay. Last question before I wrap this off. Jasmine, do you have any other advice for, let's say, audience who are watching us today, who are probably thinking about how they can change their life better, or they're getting stuck in their life, or just simply watching us today? Can you share some advice?
Mm, if you get too comfortable with your life or you are feeling uncomfortable with your life, in either stage that you are, I feel that having a change will definitely help to make you progress to the next phase that you wish to have. And changes come in many forms, and I hope that after hearing from Jen and myself on the transformations that this online business can bring to an individual, do not hesitate to register for our complimentary webinar. Take a look, and if you have any further query, you can always reach out to Jen.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jasmine. And once again, thank you, everyone. And you have a wonderful day ahead. I'm still very nervous and excited. Thanks, Jasmine. And you have a wonderful weekend
you.
too. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.